Yo, what's good, everybody? I am doing something that I have not done before, and that is I am doing a trailer breakdown of Tyler Perry's Sistas for the mid-season finale of season 3. I don't like I don't like doing these simply because the way that the previews are edited, they can be very misleading, and so it's hard to get a good footing as to what's actually happening in the preview. But I'm gonna do my best. Like I said, I don't like doing these. I've never done one, but I have had several people ask me this whole season to do one. And I would tell them, no, that ain't my thing, ain't my cup of tea. But I figured, you know what I'm saying, this the last show until, October, mid-October, I believe. So I could do it. You know what I'm saying? If I get enough people to, give me feedback and watch it, then I will continue to do these when the second half of the season come out. So we're going to start with Andi, Gary, Angela, and Jacqueline. Now, Andi comes home and she catches a woman by the name of Jacqueline on top of Gary in her bed. Y'all, there are no words. There's no reasoning. There is nothing that can be said to make me feel at ease if I was in this situation. Because if I was to ever walk in my house and catch a woman straddling my man as if she's about to ride the hell out of him down the old dirt road, the old town road, y'all will definitely see me on the news. There's nothing you can say to me. Like there's no justification in the least bit. I don't care if he told Andi, my therapist wants to come over to do like a session with them. It's just the fact that this woman walked into her home and that's what she walks into in her bedroom. It looks suspect as hell, and there's nothing that my man could tell me that would justify what the hell I walked in on. Now, believe it or not, there are some people who ride hard for Gary, which is baffling to me. And I saw a lot of people stating that, well, Andi needs to understand that this is only a part of his therapy. That's BS. Okay, she don't need to understand anything. Let's not forget that Gary was fine. He claimed he was sleepy. Then Andi came out the bathroom looking, as good as she did. And he was like, well, I guess I ain't tired no more. And he was perfectly fine up until the point that Andi stated that she wanted to show him this new trick that she had learned. And then all of a sudden, his twisted ass associated what she said to Paris. That's when he couldn't, perform. That's when he couldn't get it up. That's when he had this so-called blockage. So having sex and being turned on is not an issue. The issue is, as I stated in my review, is that Gary refuses to get Andi and Paris out of his mind when the whole time you were married and I know you were still sleeping with Jasmine. So I'm like, miss me with the BS. This is just another manipulative, controlling action by Gary. And, we all getting sick of this timeline, this storyline, everything with them. We just want it to end. So next we have Karen and Aaron. And Aaron mentions that he talked to his pastor about, what transpired between he and Karen. And the pastor asked him to step down from teaching, which I do have to give Tyler his props for being accurate with this storyline, because that's exactly what normally happens when you have someone in leadership who is, I guess, quote unquote, living a lifestyle that is not worthy to be a leader within ministry. They tend to tell you to sit down. They're going to sit you down for a while till you get back to where you need to be. That's normally how that goes. So Karen tells him to tell the pastor that it's not going to happen again. And so Aaron tells her that it wouldn't be a problem if they were married. Now, we all know that Karen and Aaron are in no way, shape, or form ready for marriage. I do believe that Aaron loves her, and I do believe that Aaron is in love with her. But baby girl just slept with her ex, 4 days ago? And even if it meant nothing, it's still not an action that I feel can just be ignored as if it just didn't happen. It also makes me wonder if Aaron brought up marriage so that he wouldn't have to feel guilty for desiring Karen sexually or continuing a sexual relationship with her. Because honestly, I don't believe either one of them are strong enough to be able not to have sex again. Everything changed the moment that they had sex. And I just feel like that they are incapable of abstaining. It's different when they hadn't had sex yet, but now that they know that they are sexually compatible with each other and it is something that they want to experience continually with each other, I just don't see that happening. So I am interested in seeing how that whole thing plays out. But I do have a strong feeling that Aaron brought up marriage so that within his own self, he don't have to deal with this guilty feeling of him having to repent, of him having to ask for forgiveness, because this is my wife and whatever we do, that's just what we do. So we're going to see what happened with that. Lord, Sabrina and Calvin, it's just dumb. It's just dumb. It makes no sense. The two of them work a nerve I can't even explain to you. I can't even fathom the thought of them getting back together. I don't understand the purpose of it. Mainly because I feel that these two have done so much to each other, like the disrespect, just so much, like the messiness of them. Sabrina and Calvin was acting like high school kids when they get their feelings hurt. I don't see it with them. It's just a no for me, dog. It's just a no for me. I don't want to see it, and I'm not here for it. So moving on. So Karen and Zach, I do get the feeling that this is an end to their chapter, but not necessarily their story or their book, simply because I don't trust Tyler. I don't trust Tyler because Tyler, it seems like he has this thing where he does not want people happy. And I feel like Karen and Zach are doing the best thing for them right now. We know that they love each other, but we also know that they are extremely toxic to each other. They are not bad people. They're just not good for each other at all, not even in the least bit. So I am glad to see this separation happening. We don't know how long it's going to be. I pray that it is indefinite because I just don't like them together. And I know I'm not by myself with that. A lot of people just don't like them together for many reasons. I don't like them together not because they have these other people who are vying for their love or their attention of some sort. I just believe that these two characters have come to a place where it's like, we have decided that this is what's best for us, for, our sanity, and just for what, I feel like they both, want to bring into with the next chapter of their story. Like, you want to experience different things. And I feel like they are with people, or they are, entertaining individuals who is bringing out a different side of them, for whatever reason. So I do hope we just do not see Zach and Karen after he gives her this money. There is no need for them to communicate. And that's period. So next we have Zach and Fatima. And it appears that Zach is telling Fatima that he wants to be with her or something of the sort, like exclusively. And she tells him that he's not ready. And Zach then tells her, don't project whatever she has, don't project that on him. Which I do find interesting, and it makes me wonder if Fatima is playing games, because she has already told Andi that she was going to take the chance on Zach, like she was going to go for it. So I feel like if that's what you've already stated, why are you telling Zach he's not ready? So I don't understand that, but like I stated, the way that they edit these previews is very misleading. So we will know, what happens on Wednesday night. So Andi and Robin, I don't like them. Robin tells her that he feels like he's known her forever. And Andi tells him that she feels the same. And looking at them, I said, you know what? I said a college freshman could run game on Andi, because I can't believe that she is really falling for Robin's whack ass game. It baffles me. It really does. But y'all, I have a question. Somebody help me out with this for real. So I don't see a lot of people stating that Robin is aggressive. Now, I'm trying to understand what's the difference between Robin and Jacoby in the sense of them pushing up on these women. Because with Robin, his first outing with Andi, he basically told her that he wanted her to come to his hotel room for a drink. And we all know what drink is a key word for. Nigga, you don't want no drink. You want to have sex. On this upcoming episode, in the preview that we see, he's telling her, I feel like I've known you forever. And it looks like they went in for this intimate hug. And I'm just like, wait a minute, you don't even know this woman. You've been in her presence for 2 days. You don't even know this woman, and you're moving kind of fast. Hell, you're moving extremely fast, sir. So it makes me wonder, what's the reason he's not considered aggressive and Jacoby is considered aggressive? Is it because of Jacoby's physique? Is it because Robin is light skinned? No offense. No offense to light skinned men. I love y'all, but it makes me wonder how, as a society or as a culture, that these men are being viewed, because I've always viewed Calvin as aggressive, but as a collective, I don't see that. And I'm like, is it because he's light skinned? Because honestly, Calvin did the exact same thing that Jacoby did when he was at Sabrina's house, when Calvin and Sabrina had sex for the first time. She said they weren't doing nothing. He was like, oh, really? Started kissing her. And next thing you know, he done picked baby girl up and he, going for what he know. So I'm like, why is it not Calvin is considered aggressive? Why isn't Robin considered aggressive, but Jacoby is? That's all I had to say about them. But I just had to ask that because I didn't understand. I did not understand that. So we get to Danny and Preston. And, I wouldn't be surprised if Preston just ups and leaves Danny. I was trying my best to zoom in on that damn note she had at the table, but I couldn't read it. Lord knows I was trying, but it wouldn't surprise me. Like, it would not, surprise me. I know that Preston can feel the shift, you know what I'm saying, in their household. So I would not blame him if that's what he did. I would hope that they could have a conversation before he would just up and leave. But at the same time, when you feel like you're not being, respected, you got to do what you got to do. Maurice and Q. Not really. I don't care. But because I don't like that dynamic. But a lot of people have messaged me and they feel like Q is telling Maurice that he has an STD, possibly HIV. And I really hope that's not the case. Like, I really hope Tyler wouldn't do that. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if that was something, because at the end of the day, this is a prostitute and they don't always protect themselves or whatever the case may be. So I just really hope that's not the case at all. And going back to Zach and Fatima, Zach and Karen, I feel like after whatever happens between them on this scene, saying their final goodbyes, Zach is gonna go home to Fatima and Karen is gonna go home in preparation for her 7:30 date with Aaron. A lot of people are mad about this scene. I'm like, man, if you really look at it, those hot and bothered vibes, I don't see that with Karen and Zach. I just really feel like this is a means to an end at this time, so we'll see what happens. I think that's all that I have for the preview breakdown or synopsis, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. So this wasn't that bad. But yeah, so y'all tell me what y'all think. Are y'all excited for? I tried to go back and watch the episode again. It didn't happen. I can't. There are certain parts that I can watch, but for the most part, no. I am excited because they are having a after show after Sistas goes off. It's going to be on BET at 10. And it's a Tyler Perry talk show, and I believe his first guests are the cast of Sistas. So I did see all the women there, and I think it's going to be interesting. So I will do some type of recap of that whenever that's over. And yeah, so I thank you guys for sending me your video suggestions or recommendations. God, I couldn't get that out. But anyway, I do thank you, and some of you guys have some great questions. Some y'all have sent me some of y'all being real deep thought about this show, and I do appreciate that, and I will do my best to try to put out as many videos as possible with answering you guys' questions or giving you my thoughts on what you sent me. So I thank you guys for being consistent, and I will holler at y'all Thursday or possibly before. So until then, y'all be safe out there. One.